everyone. So today I want to go over an amazing low back decompression pose using a yoga block. So this is ideal for anyone with low back pain or anyone that's just been sitting a lot, rounded, having some achy pain. Also, if you have sciatica, this can be a nice little treat to relieve some of that pain. So all you'll need is one yoga block. And what we'll do to start is you're just going to take your time and roll down onto your back. And your feet will be hip width apart, your knees are bent. You're going to take the yoga block at the lowest level. You're going to lift your hips and you're going to place it right under your sacrum. So that broad part between the hips, just the edge, just meeting at that L5 sacral area, and then your hips are supported. So what you'll notice when you first place the hips onto the block is a little bit of pressure, maybe a little bit of discomfort that kind of goes through the hips, but that's okay. With enough breathing and stretching and just relaxing, you'll really get the benefits in just opening up through the hips and the low back here. So the benefit here is that you're getting a little bit of a decompression or a traction through this lumbar spine because the hips are lifted and supported, and you're just opening up through this lower portion of the spine and just relaxing as the muscles release, the joints open, and you're just supported. So I like to take a few deep breaths here, and you can hold this for several breaths, several moments. I like to do this at the end of the day, especially after I've been working and on my feet all day or after exercise. It just kind of helps reset my back and my hips. So when you are in this position comfortably, just closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths in through your nose. Diaphragmatic breath, feeling up the belly and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe noticing that release through the spine, that lower area. Now you can take this a step further and you can extend your legs out, but you don't want them to go out too wide. You still want them just in line with the hips. Your feet can fall out wide though. Now you're just getting another benefit of opening up through the front of the hips, getting those hip flexors, allowing for a little bit more extension through the back, especially if you've been sitting in flexion all day. And to take it another step further, you can reach the arms up overhead. Now, I'm not stretching and activating, I'm just relaxing and sinking. My hips are supported. Now, if this is enough after a few times you try it, you can always take it a step further here, and you can raise the block up one step. Now the key is to make sure that the hips are supported though, so make sure you're solid so you don't rock back and forth or fall, but generally the block is really steady. So you can stay here just to get a little bit more extension as you get more comfortable in this pose. So the possibilities are endless. It's just whatever feels best for your body. And some days may vary one day to the next, just depending on how you feel. So however you were most comfortable, maybe it was in the basic pose, maybe it was stretched up overhead. You're gonna finish just by gently lifting the hips, sliding the block out. And I like to roll my spine down one vertebrae at a time and just feeling that new sense of length through those vertebrae, the open sensation through the hips as well. Maybe do some pelvic tilts just to kind of get a little bit more activation and stretching through the posterior and activating the core. And then you can hug your knees in just for a nice stretch when you bring your chin to your chest, forehead to knee. And then as you exhale, you just slowly melt down. You can stretch your arms up overhead. So maybe now you just feel more length, relief of stress, of tension, especially through those hips and low back. And then taking your time, you'll gently just lay off to the side and press yourself up. Just find a comfortable seated position. I like to roll my shoulders back, maybe just close my eyes and check in with how I'm feeling. Any extra tension or stress or anything else you're holding on to. You can just do one more deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then you just notice that new sense of renewal, like I said. So the yoga block can be so key to have on hand. And with this intervention, this technique, you can add it on to one of my Fizzy Yoga flows just to work on that spinal mobility, just to throw in daily. It only takes a few minutes and you'll truly get the benefits, especially during this time. So stay tuned for more. Namaste.